y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patty, for those of you who do not know, and we are getting y'all into another life update video. It has been a good little minute since we have done this type of video, guys. I've been waiting to do it for a couple months for a host of reasons that we're going to get into today. I actually did make a outline so your girl stays on track, because you know, once I get passionate, I just continue to go. So I'm going to start off with the life update in regards to Charlotte. So it has officially been an entire year that I have been living in Charlotte, y'all. As of New Year's, it has been one full year. I can't believe it. 2023 went by really quickly, so fast. I felt like I blinked and it was gone. My feelings, excuse me, my feelings, I really enjoy Charlotte. I love the people here. I love how friendly people are. I love that it's becoming a melting pot of people from all over, which I'm sure people who are from here are probably highly annoyed. They're probably highly annoyed by it, but I really love it. I love all the businesses that are coming. I love the people and the friendships that I have built in a year. I honestly don't have anything really bad to say. I will say that like South Charlotte definitely has a bit more traffic. It's like when I'm in the northern part of Charlotte, so when I'm going out into uptown and all of that jazz, I don't really run into like traffic. Keep in mind, y'all, I moved from the DMV area, so what I consider traffic, everybody else might not consider traffic. But when you get to that lower part, it does like back up the stuff a bit, so keep that in mind if you're thinking about moving to the area. And also, for those of you who have questions, y'all, I have a whole video where I listed out my moving costs, experienced movers who helped me find my place, the cost, okay, the cost. I was very transparent and honest. But honestly, y'all, I love it. I love that you have Lake Norman, Lake Wiley, that you can rent boats and go out in the summer. There's a variety of food here. And there's also some amazing networking things that are going on in Charlotte that this year I'm really planning to thrust myself into more. I'm really want to get more into giving back and really being an active member of the community, not just showing up at restaurants, but you know, giving back and mentoring and connecting in other ways. I think a lot for me this year is about positioning. So yeah, I really don't have anything negative to say. As far as dating, we'll get into that a little later. But as far as like living here, do I regret it? I don't. I don't regret it at all. I do not. Yeah. So moving on. So the next thing I wanted to talk to y'all about is the job, right? So if you've been following me for a while, then you know that I got laid off in October. My former job gave me 2.5 weeks notice, y'all, and that was it. No severance. Like, I was just like, okay. And it was really tough. It's been probably, I mean, I wouldn't say the toughest thing, but one of the toughest things I've definitely been through. I did just get a job, so I'm super happy and very excited about it. But y'all, it sent me through it. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been really rocking with me for a while, like from November to December, the vlogs were a little different. My energy was different. I was really trying my best to be my normal self, but it was really hard, y'all. I was really going through it mentally, of course, financially. I was just not feeling good. I also really battle with I think they call it SAD, seasonal associative disorder, seasonal depression. And it's always really pretty bad in the winter time, fall into winter. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, the fall is coming, oh, I can't wait for fall fashion and the leaves. And I start to get anxiety because I know what comes after fall. And to have experiencing that level of depression plus the joblessness was really, really hard. I'm not gonna get emotional about it on here today. I'm gonna really try not to, but it was so hard, y'all. I am definitely kind of type A, a little OCD, and I always believe in having a backup plan, like I had plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. Like I'm, you know, I know everything doesn't always work out with your first plan, but y'all, it was like everything I tried just wasn't working. I kept getting a lot of recruiters hitting me up on LinkedIn, but from the DC area. And that's because, you know, that's a lot of where my bulk of my career so far has really been. And a lot of those roles are based in the DMV area. And it was really, really hard, y'all, because I just kind of felt like, dang, like I didn't even get to be here for a full year before I lost my job. Like, and then not only that, it just had me feeling like, well, God, is this where I'm supposed to be? Are you trying to tell me I need to go back up there? Because y'all, there were so many opportunities. There were so many opportunities, but they were not fully remote. So a lot of jobs are starting to go back into the office full time or do the hybrid thing. And it was just like, I live here now. I can't be there in the office 2-3 days a week, you know? And it was crushing you, girl. I was like, man, last year was very, very busy for me. Honestly, the past 3 years have been super busy, y'all. Like, once the world opened back up after COVID, what was that, 2020? 2020? 2021? You know, it's just a blur. A giant blur. It's just been busy. It's been non-stop. It's been busy. And I was having like a lot of anxiety, because I don't like to claim that I have anxiety. I feel like everybody has moments of anxiety, but I don't like to say that I have anxiety because I don't believe I have like it as a disorder. But I felt like I couldn't really enjoy myself. I felt like last year was just like, I'm doing this weekend, oh, I gotta get ready to go here, then I'm here. And to put it into perspective for you, 2023, there were only 3 times out of the entire year where there were 4 consecutive weeks that I was in my own home in Charlotte. 3 full months. It would be like a week or 2 here, I'm gone again. Gone again. Week or 2 here, gone again. And while it sounds fun, and while I do feel like I have such a wonderful life and it is very lit, it is exhausting, y'all. Just like the older we get, you know what I'm saying? That hangover when you drink is different than when you was in college. It's the same thing when you're traveling and going back and forth. It is exhausting, it is costly. So a part of my frustrations when I lost my job was just like, yo, I just moved here, okay? Dropped some money, okay? I dropped stacks. Drop stacks on this move. Get here. So much was going on in personal life that I'm bouncing back and forth. Then when I'm finally getting settled to be like, okay, the rest of this year I'm gonna be home, chilling, enjoying my environment, I lose my job. Yeah, it didn't feel good. It did not feel good. I was so upset, y'all. And even though the flights from Charlotte to DC really aren't that expensive, most of the time they're like, I think the most I paid is maybe like $250, but you can catch them really good anywhere from like $200, $167 on a real good day. But it's like, okay, you spend that flight plus the money you spend while you're there, or the gas going back and forth up the road, and the time in the car. It's a lot, y'all. And it was really and truly exhausting. And one of my goals for this year is to be a lot more Charlotte based. I have a really busy quarter, like 1 of this year, but after that, I really don't have like a full calendar, y'all. And this is like the first time in a long time I can look through my calendar and just see weeks and months of nothing on my calendar. So I'm very excited about that, guys. Like so excited. I'm trying to stay on track, okay? We talked about the job. Okay. So I am going to be doing like an entire video about like losing your job, getting laid off, what to do, unemployment, how you're searching for jobs, because I do feel like I learned a ton of information, and I feel like a big part of the struggle was the many disappointments along the way, right? It's not just like, okay, I broke my ankle and my ankle's broken, it's gonna be broken for this amount of time. It's like, no, I broke my ankle, then I fell down the steps and broke my wrist, then I re-injured my freshly healed ankle and now have to get surgery and be in a boot longer. It's just the many things you have to do is so exhausting. It's so exhausting. But one thing I will say is that a lot of my family and my friends really showed up for me, y'all. And I don't even have, I don't want to cry out here, y'all. I cry at every life update. I don't have the words. Like, thank you just isn't enough. Like, it's just not enough. During this time period, y'all, I definitely had suicidal moments. And it was super, super low for me because I haven't felt that low in a really, really long time. And it was rough. It was so rough, y'all. I was going days without showering. And if you know me or been rocking with me for a while, y'all know how I feel about smelling good, my perfumes, my skincare. Like, it was bad. It was some days I could just eat one meal and all I could do was just lay on the couch. It was really, really hard. My sister pretty much stayed with me the month of December. And I'm so, so thankful for her. I mean, she was cooking for me. She had left, and then I wasn't feeling the best, and she came back, and then I got sick. Stress does crazy things to y'all body. Like, it is insane. And shifting gears into my Christian journey, my Christian walk, like, y'all, it is one thing, okay, to say like, oh yes, I trust in God, I believe in God. Yes, we're supposed to walk by faith and not by sight. But baby, it's a different thing when you really can't see it, okay? Like, when you really trying to solve the problem and it just will not go away. You're trying everything that you possibly could, but you literally cannot see the next step. Like, it is... The beginning of last year, I was telling God, I was like, God, you know, I'm not about to keep walking through life like I don't know who you are, because I've been rocking with you a long time and I know who you are. I know you always come through. And then it was like, okay, you know, my dad had his heart surgery last year and was like, all right, I ain't scared. It's going to be fine. I got this. God got this. You the big G. It's cool, right? I was cool as a cucumber. And I was like, okay, we're getting somewhere. Our faith is growing and stretching and When I lost my job, I was like, big G, this not what I meant. You know what I'm saying? I was like, so you choose your words carefully, okay? Especially when you're praying. But I was like, well. In the first month, I felt like, okay, you know, I'm on it. I'm doing 5 to 10 applications a day. I'm like, yes, it's fine. It's gonna work out. I know I'm gonna get a job before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving came and it was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's happening, right? And as it started taking longer and longer, okay? And it started to get harder and harder. And I also was battling a lot of shame because I just felt like financially, why was I not prepared for it? I know that I had just dropped a whole lot of money in the move and then going back and forth. You know, I was planning for 2024 to be like, all right, let me get myself back together. I'm slowing down. It was, I don't even think I have an adequate words to describe like how low I truly was. And speaking of like just Christianity and growing in my faith and rocking with God, I just kind of felt like, wow, God, this year I felt like, you know, just being humble, open, honest, and transparent. I felt like I was really like active in my Christian journey. I felt like I was reading more. I felt like I was praying more. Last year was probably the most consistent I've been going to church really since I had moved. Probably after my first year moving to the DMV area. And you know, I think sometimes we kind of feel like, well, God, I felt like I was being obedient. You know, like I felt like I was doing the things. I'm not really a person that's like a why me, because I just feel like it's really hard to say why me, or why is this happening when you got babies in Gaza being blown to bits. Like, you know, I know my situation was tough, but of course there's way worse things that can happen. But I just couldn't quite understand what I was supposed to learn from it. And that's something I'm still trying to meditate on and really reflect, because I just want to make sure I learn the lesson. I definitely am also still battling, like, kind of feeling shame and just like, God, did I disappoint you? Did my faith waver? And did I hurt your heart? And sometimes I think I'm really struggling in this season of wanting to be my joyous, bubbly self and not yet feeling it 100%. And also understanding that two things can be true, right? You can be hurting, you can be going through it. It can not be feeling good, but I also know that God is all powerful. I do believe He has it all in control, but it hurts. Sometimes it hurts. And y'all, somebody had sent me a message on Instagram, and y'all, it really had me bothered, because I don't believe this person had any ill intention at all. I don't. The depths of my heart and my spirit, I don't believe this person had any ill intent. But there is something to be said that I really need and hope and desire and really, really want the Christian body, okay, to learn how to hold accountability and want to course correct people without shame. And I'm really hoping that as this wave of therapy, everybody go to therapy's so great, that continues as gentle parenting, you know, starts, the conversations continue, that people in the body of Christ will learn how to gentle Christian. And it's not everybody. I want to make that very, very clear, okay? I really want to make that very clear. But there is a subgroup of Christians that just love to shame. Love to shame. And that's not good, y'all. That doesn't encourage people in their walk with Christ. It does not. And for people who are very rooted, it is so easy to turn them away. We're supposed to have our arms open. Yes, there's a difference between right and wrong. I'm not saying skirt everything under the rug, but what I'm saying is the word says that love covers a multitude of sins. We are called to, yes, tell people about Christ, but we don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in. And that's not okay. And also, you don't know, especially when somebody's coming to you to talk to you about, you know, God or religion or whatever it is in any aspects of faith. You don't know who you're talking to who could be suicidal. I need people to be very, very careful. Very, very careful about what you're saying to people. You don't know if somebody is on the edge or not. It's not something to be played with, and that is something that you will be held accountable for. And I feel like there's also like a subgroup that just, they're so like obsessed with looking like a Christian on the outside. Oh yes, I'm not cursing. Oh yes, I'm not drinking. Oh yes, I'm covered. But what about your heart posture? There are sins that you cannot see. And the word definitely tells us that sin is sin. One sin doesn't outweigh the other. You also don't know what God has already transformed in someone's life, or is it currently in the process of transforming. You don't know how God is going to use someone's story, y'all. Like, everybody says like, oh, I want a Boaz. I do want a Boaz, like, for real. I really do. But do a lot of people know who Boaz's mother was? Rahab, who at one point in her life was a prostitute that was able to save by hiding a skill set that she learned. She was able to save by hiding them in a skill set that she learned and was able to perfect living in her sin and end up saving a multitude of people and birthing an amazing son that we all yearn and desire to have husbands who are like. You don't know people's story, and you don't know what God can transform, what he's in the process of transforming. Love, encourage, stop shaming. And I feel really passionate about it, y'all, because I've met so many people who say things like, you know, growing up in church, I never learned that I could make a mistake and that making mistakes were okay. So many people only come with testimonies. They don't come when they're in the middle of their test. Christians feel more comfortable talking to therapists than other Christians. And I'm not saying therapists don't have a place. They have a place. They're needed and we need them. But guys, it's like, and it was also really heart-wrenching to me because I really have been feeling it on my spirit to become back active and fully like join the church. And you know, I really have it on my heart to want to mentor girls. If you did not know, on my channel I have like a series called Cozy Conversations, and I do share my church hurt story and how I end up coming back into, you know, church and talking to God again, because I went through some things and I was not very happy with God, even though God thought it wasn't God's fault at all. And I think that a lot of people are hurt. A lot of people have experienced hard things, and it's hard for people to come into the body of Christ and talk about it because they always feel like they're going to be judged and shamed. Like, for instance, if Pastor Michael Todd really had came to the church body and be like, hey guys, I'm struggling, you know, and battling an addiction to pornography. No, he told everybody after he was healed from it. Because what would the saints would have said, y'all? Oh my God, you're a pastor, how you go to... Like, that separates you from the flesh is still battling things and going through things. And it's been on my heart to want to get back into it, because in the church heavily in mentoring, because I just think about all these teenage girls, y'all, who are struggling. I do not envy this generation, y'all, that are under us, who are just battling with the social media and the bullying, and it's a lot. And I have it on my heart to really want to help. And when that incident happened, it just kind of made me feel like, ooh, this is why I kind of been like this. And I just show up and go to church, but that's not what it's about. So I am gonna do what's on my heart, but it was definitely like, ooh. And also, guys, I have tried, this is gonna sound so bad, guys, I'm not trying to brand myself as a Christian influencer. That sounds so bad. I'm not trying to pull a Judas, okay? I'm really not. But I don't want that type of following of people who love to crucify. That's not what I want. I don't want no one looking to me for how to build their relationship with God. I want you to look to him. Don't look to me. Look to him. Don't look to me. And I also, you know, grew up as a PK, preacher's kid, grandkid, niece twice. Very heavy in the church, and I know what that looks like. And I just don't want to be scrutinized in that way. I don't want people trying to dissect and pick apart my life. I feel like I've been very honest and open about who I am. I know somebody mentioned, like, in one vlog I was cursing a lot, and it was like, bro, I curse. Like, You don't see it a lot in some of these videos because YouTube doesn't like it. But when I'm on vacation sometimes and I've been drinking, your girl don't be caring. But I don't want to live this like double life, this double existence of, yes, I love God, but I still do these things, but let me pretend I don't do these things. Like, I just, you know, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I hope I explained that the best way I can. But I really want to get off this topic because, like I said, I ain't trying to brand myself in that way because, y'all, I just don't want that. I don't want that type of... If you know, you know. And if you don't, just try to imagine what it feels like to have people pick apart every aspect of your life that they don't feel like is Christian. But Christianity can look different on different people. I'll leave it there. Okay. So next I want to talk to y'all about the direction of my channel. So like I said, last year I was super busy, and I felt like I just didn't have it to create the level of content that I really want to do, y'all. So one of the things we're going to be doing is realiving the cozy conversations. They're really like chit chat, get ready with me's, but I just like the cozy conversations. Like, I like the title. Like, I want us to get cozy. You get a little drink, some food, you kick your feet up, or you have it in the background while you're working or doing something else, and to just talk, just have conversations about different things. So like I mentioned, I do have a church hurt video, and I highly recommend it for people who have experienced it, because I can relate. I can definitely relate. And if you want to talk to me about that, let me know. Okay. Also, there's a video on there about dating is ghetto, and I'm planning to do the part 2 of that. But it's just good conversation, fun girl talk. So I'm really excited about that. I'm also going to be realiving the outside on a budget because your girl is sticking to her budget. Okay, this year is very much about getting back on track, and saving, investing. Once I really get everything down, I do plan to share what I've learned and what I'm doing. But at this point, I am still the student, not yet ready to be the teacher. The home decor videos are coming back, y'all. Now that I will have an income again, I am excited to decorate. I was going through my storage closet, which I need to reorganize, and a part of the decor videos will be organization. I need to organize my storage closet. It is a hot mess. It is at the point that I can only step in there and look around, and when I need something, I have to take a whole lot of things out. But while I was in there, I was like, wow, I have so many mirrors and art pieces. Like, I need to put this stuff up, put the final touches on my home. So I'm excited about that. Fragrance videos will be back and back more frequently. At least twice a month there will be a fragrance video. Y'all, I have been saving so many things that I want to try. Most are budget friendly. There will be a little luxury here and there, of course, but I do like the budget friendly just because I want fragrance to be for everybody. Like, I know that, like, in life you have luxury everything, right? You got your basic everyday cars, your luxury high-end cars and houses and clothes and all of that. But I feel like everybody should be able to smell good regardless of how much money they make. So that will be back. Super excited about it. There actually might be a new video out. I have a Tom Ford discovery set that we're gonna try, because the discovery set was in the price point. Okay, the individual bottle, the full size is not. It's not, but it's fine. What else? Ooh, guys. Skincare videos will be back, actually dropping pretty soon. I'm going to be talking about like routines, things that I felt like really helped me, things I wish I would have known earlier in life, just a host of skincare things. And we'll be back with travel vlogs, y'all. So I do have like one trip I think I'm going on in early March, and then I have a lot more travel towards the end of this year, preferably. But yeah, there's some bigger things I want to do, so I need to get the coinage back where it needs to be. All right. So there's a lot of good things to come, y'all. I'm really excited this year about getting back into routines, especially with my physical health, y'all. There is a book that I will be showing y'all very, very soon that I got a few years ago in the store with my friend. She was pregnant and she was doing a VBAC. And if you're not familiar with a VBAC, that's when you have a vaginal birth after having a cesarean. And it's really hard to find doctors that are willing to do it, but she found one, and she was going to an herbal store to get some teas that the doctor recommended for her. And we found these books, y'all. This book has, let me grab. Okay, so this is the book. It is the 6th edition of Today's Herbal Health, the Essential Reference Guide. I will have this like linked down in the comments, y'all, but it is in it. Look how thick this is, okay? I love that it has like the binder type of backing so that it doesn't like mess up. You know how like books get worn and the binding and things like that? But y'all, there are so many herbs listed in this book, y'all. And in the back, which is absolutely amazing to me, you can look up different conditions, right? So like for instance, in here it lists asthma, it talks about asthma, it talks about your emotional needs, which I was like, what? It talks about your emotional needs. It talks about different herbal combinations. It might have like 1, 2, 3. And it references different ways and helpful suggestions, supplements, orthodox prescribed medication, or if you really want to try the herbs for it. And I think it's amazing. I really want to take better care of my health, and a big part of that, guys, is going to be finding a balance and learning how to slow down a little bit. And it's going to be challenging for me because spring, summer, patty's a different type of patty, you know? Like, I just, the streets be calling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just be wanting to frolic, I just be wanting to be outside where the sun and the people are. But this book is so cool, y'all. Like, I'm so excited. Another thing I'm excited about, y'all, is having health insurance again, because let me tell you something. There were activities I wanted to do this fall that I was just like, for instance, I wanted to go ice skating, and I was like, but what if I fall or break my ankle? We're gonna have to pay this out of pocket. Like, you know, it was just a different mindset. For sure. But I am excited for this year, y'all. Last year was rough. And I'm excited about getting back to myself. I really miss my super bubbly, joyous personality and spirit. And girl, I felt like I was crushed, y'all. I felt like, you know, it's like, sometimes you feel like you've had the flu and you feel like you've been hit by a bus. I feel like I got hit by a bus, a tractor-trailer, a building set on me, and I just want to get back to myself. And I know it's going to take some time. Over on my Instagram, I'm actually starting like a little things that makes me happy series, where I get back to little things that really make me happy. Something that was also very eye-opening to me, guys, when I was jobless is that all of the things that I typically do for myself when I am sad or down and out or whatever cost money. You know, it's like, oh, you want to go on a trip, or oh, go on a car ride, or oh, you want to go to the spa, you want to get a massage. All those things cost money. I even had to put my Hotworks gym membership on hold and pause it because I couldn't, like, I was like, we gotta talk about what's necessary as far as the bills, and that wasn't it. So I don't know, y'all, I feel really bothered about that. I feel really bothered that it's like the way this country is set up, y'all. It's just not fair that people who don't make a lot of money can't have access to things that will make them feel better. And I try to make it in this video without crying, y'all. And I really want to start like a mini series about little things, even on the YouTube. So I'll have the short videos, that's things that are helping me on my Instagram, but I do want to put together a collection of things and finding different things that you can do that does not cost a lot of money, because I think that that's just, it's just not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's just not fair. And the people that really need it. And something else that one of my friends and I were talking about is we were talking about how like peace of mind is such an underrated like luxury. And when you're stuck in survival mode, like it's hard to think about, oh, let me be creative or how else I could do this or make money. Like you're literally just trying to get through the day. And if you don't ever get to that point where you feel a little bit of relief, and there's so many people that are stuck in survival mode, and my heart just like bleeds for them, y'all, like so bad. So guys, thank you for sitting with me as I did this life update. I have more good news to share with y'all, but I can't share it yet. Can't go public with it yet. But there's some good things happening this year, y'all, and I am very excited. I am very excited. I am getting my joy back. I'm just ready to feel like myself again, y'all. Like I am just ready to feel joy. I'm ready to feel inspired and hopeful again. And I hope you'll rock with me through this journey. And also guys, I really meant that little discussion about Christianity. I really hope I did not discourage anybody. I really hope I did not. I just feel for people really going through it, and I just don't want people to be shaming people. That's it. Alright y'all, thank you so much for rocking with me, y'all, for following, subscribing, commenting. If you have any questions or things you would like me to expand further on, let me know, and I'll catch y'all in another video. Bye.